Okay, area of composite figures. Composite figure is two or more shapes broken down or added together. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much break them down. So in this picture right here, they have a semicircle and a trapezoid, and the semicircle is here and the trapezoid is here. So we're going to break these two shapes down and find the area of each piece, okay? So the area of a semicircle, they have it as 1/2 pi r squared. I said do pi r squared, hurry up, divided by 2, or you can do 1/2 pi r squared. It does not matter. They're the same formula. Okay, so I said pi r squared divided by 2. If you do it 1/2, it's just, sometimes it comes out even and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to say 3.14. If my diameter is 14, and that's what they gave us, the diameter is 14, then my radius is half of that, which is 7. So 7 squared divided by 2. What is 7 squared? 49. So 3.14 times 49 divided by 2. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3.14 times 49. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say 3.14 times 49. 9 times 4 is 6. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 3 is 12. 9 times 3 is, plus 1 is 28. And then 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5. And 4 times 3 is 12. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 5. 1. There's 2 behind. 2 behind. So 153.86. So that is the area. Okay. Now, since it's a semicircle, we got to divide it by 2. Okay, so there's one more step. So semicircles are long. Okay. So 153.86 divided by 2. It's got some lag time to it. It'll pop up there. Just go ahead and go to the side and start dividing it. Okay, it's maybe got some lag on here, but it's on. So 7, 2 will go into 15 7 times. No, it's still recording. It's still it's okay, it's still recording up here. It's lagging on the screen. Does that make sense? So it's recording up here. So y'all can divide 153.86 without my work. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and finish dividing it.
Don't round the numbers.
Don't round. Don't round anything yet. Okay? So I got 76.93 for my circle. So 76.93 for my circle. Okay? Or my semicircle. So that's a piece. That's just part of it. That's just the semicircle. So when I'm done with that, I have to find a trapezoid. So 2 of the longest formulas we're doing right here. Okay? So 1/2 height. The height right here is 10. Base 1 is 14, and like I said yesterday, it doesn't matter which one is base 1 and base 2. The second base is 18, so 14 plus 18. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Order of operations tells me that parentheses comes first, so 14 plus 18 is 32. So 1/2 times 10 times 32. Well, what's half of 10?
5.
5. So 5 times 32. 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 3 is plus 1 is 6. 160. So I got 160 right there. So my trapezoid is 160. This piece is 160. This is 76.93. And then I add them together. And that's going to give me my total for the figure.
What about the right triangle?
Okay. I wouldn't do a right triangle there. That shape is a trapezoid. It's just showing, that's just showing you the height of the trapezoid. So I wouldn't do a right triangle. I would say you could do but you're still going to do a trapezoid and a right triangle. So I would just do the trapezoid to start out with. So my total is 236.93. If you round that, it would be 236.9. And then inches, Oh man, inches squared. Do y'all kind of see where I got most of that stuff from? You see where I got the formulas from, where the pieces are?
Oh, you put 7.
Okay. So looking at this next one. Okay, this next one, there is 2 shapes. It's a semicircle and a parallelogram. Okay, so semicircle and parallelogram. Hold on, let me stop the. Okay, so parallelogram is this one, this shape right here. Do you see that? Okay, and then there's a semicircle. So 2 formulas. So what's the parallelogram formula? Look on your star chart. Look on your star chart.
8 equals base times.
Base times height. Well, what's my base?
Base is 8.
8. My height is 5. So 8 times 5 is 40. So for the parallelogram, I got 40. Okay. So my semicircle, okay, it's going to be, will you shut that door, please? Pi r squared divided by 2, or 1/2. So my pi is 3.14. My radius, if my diameter is 6, what's my radius? 3. Divided by 2. Okay, so what's 3 squared? 9. So 3.14 times 9 divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to multiply, come over here and multiply 3.14 times 9. And I got 28.26. And I'm going to divide that by 2, and I'm going to get 14.13. And if I rounded, it would equal 14.1 millimeters squared. Okay, so that is the semicircle. So now I have two answers. Okay, what am I going to do with those answers? Add them. I'm going to add them. I'm going to say 40 plus 14.1. So 54.1 millimeters squared. Okay. Y'all caught up? No, yes. It's a lot of math. It's a lot of multiplication. It's a lot of all that kind of stuff. We just got to pay. Yes, ma'am.
Is the 14.1 for the trapezoid or?
It's for the circle, the semicircle. Okay. So, tell me the 2 shapes that belong to figure number 2. Triangle and a square. So I'm going to write those 2 formulas first. So my triangle is base times height divided by 2. And what's my other formula? Just base times height, right? Okay. So I'm going to do the easy one. Square first. 9 times 9. What's 9 times 9?
81.
81. Okay. And then now I'm going to come up here and do my triangle. So this is my base is 6. My height is 9 divided by 2. What's 6 times 9? 54 divided by 2, which is 27. Okay, so 27 plus 81 108 feet squared. Why? Because it's area. Okay. Feeling okay? Okay. So what 2 shapes happen on number 3? We have a square and then a trapezoid. Okay. So a square is base times height. What's a trapezoid? 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. That's how I write it. I don't know why they have it written somewhere else, but that's how I write it.
They have it written the same way.
On the star chart, I think with up here they had it written different. She wrote it this way up here, and that's not really the way. I'll edit that. Okay. So what's my square? It's 7 times 7, which is 49. Okay, so that's pretty easy, right? So now Aaron, are you writing this down, please? Okay. So my base 1 is what? What's my base 1?
5.
My base 2 is 7. How'd you come up with 7 there?
No idea.
This whole thing is 14. This half is 7. So what's that half? 7. Okay, and then my height is what? 5. Okay, so order of operation tells me what? I should do 5 plus 7, which is what? So area equals 1/2 of 12 times 5. What's 1/2 of 12? Get that phone out and turn it off. 6 times 5 is what?
30.
30. So we have 49 and 30. So area equals 79 miles squared. Okay. Number 4. What 2 shapes do I have? Raylan, what's my first shape? What's this shape right here? Triangle. So it's area equals base times height divided by 2, right? What's my other shape, Sarah? What's a square on its side? So it's a parallelogram. So that's the formula for that, okay? So on my triangle, let's solve it. What's my base? If this is 12, then this is 12, right? So it's 12 times my height of 10.4 divided by 2. I'm going to take the simple road. You don't have to. You could multiply it and then divide by 2. But I'm taking the simple road. I'm going to say 12 divided by 2 is 6 times 10.4. So we got area equals 62.4. Okay. So now we're going to do our parallelogram, which is base times height. Well, your base is 12 and your height is 10.8. So 10.8. And we got area equals 129.6. Okay, so now what do we do with both of those figures? Add them up. Oh, 6, 8, 9. And I got 192 meters squared. Okay, so we're going to talk about the last two, and then we'll do them here in a second, but I'm going to stop the video in just a second. But I want to write down the formulas. What shape is this? Semicircle. So pi r squared divided by 2. Write that formula down. Okay, what shape is this?
Square.
Square. Base times height, right? Okay. On 6, what shape is this? Rectangle. Base times height. What shape is this other shape? Base times height divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to stop that there. I want you to work on these and we'll go over them here in just a minute.